Aang versus the Traveler. Now, before we get anything started, me personally, I think this is kind of a bit one-sided, but all at the same time, I think this is gonna be like visually interesting. Oh, wait, I probably should start this off with like, hey everyone. So this is like the second video in this recording VOD, and this like reaction VOD, and this one it's gonna be Aang versus Avatar. Avatar: Lesser Riven versus Genshin Impact by Death Battle. Honestly, I can't tell. These probably the fact that they're not using adult Aang, peak condition Aang is kind of crazy. We're not gonna lie, and the fact that Aether is probably gonna have all of his abilities. Also, Aether is strong, quick AF. I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna. I love Aang. Aang is like the GOAT for real. But I think I'm pretty sure Aether is literally a god, part god. Is literally kind of a god as well. And there is Aang too. I don't. If you know, I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong, but I'm gonna have to go with Aether. I feel like Traveler is gonna win this. I'm gonna have to go with Traveler. I feel like he should lose.
Aang the Avatar versus Aether the Traveler.
Which journeyman will come out on top in this elemental battle?
He's Wiz
But I
and
feel
I'm
like Aether
Boomstick.
should win.
And
this.
it's our
Aether's
job to
gonna
analyze their
win this,
weapons,
I feel
armor,
like.
and skills to find out who would win a death
Because he
battle.
does have like this whole cooldown thing. This is just a game. But I do feel like Aether,
Earth,
out of everyone,
air.
should
Long ago,
lose
the four
this
nations
fight,
lived in
you know?
harmony, united by a master of the elements, the Avatar.
This Avatar reincarnated as different people for centuries, all with their own struggles. And man, was that true for our boy Aang.
Honestly, when
Not
it comes
at
to like
first,
milking
of course,
the series,
thanks to his
I
master
kind of
and
see
guardian,
them.
Yatso.
I kind of
As
see
a
them
cheeky little
potentially
air
doing like a whole
nomad,
thing
Aang traveled the
where they just
world
give us
causing
a bunch
shenanigans,
of older
all while learning
avatars
to control the
in like
winds
multiple,
with
either multiple
airbending.
different
Based
seasons,
on the real-life martial art
giving us multiple
Bagua
seasons,
airbending is the most spiritual.
multiple seasons or series or specials where we get to see the older avatars doing whatever they're doing, which will be interesting. But at the same time, knowing Paramount, they just make it streaming, and I'm not up for that.
Of the four bending styles, focusing on evading and diverting attacks through circular motions. With even the smallest movement, Aang can create tornadoes, run like the wind, and block hypersonic explosions.
The perfect style for a twinkle-toed goofball like Aang. He even invented his own technique, the air scooter. How does he not fall off that thing?
Add in a glider staff for flight, and the sky was the limit. But
Because he's just that damn cool.
you know how it goes. Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Their conquest spread, war was inevitable, and Aang was the only one who could save the world.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with all that, and being forcibly separated from Gyatso.
He
was just a
left
kid, so
because
he
he
froze
thought
up.
because of
Like,
things.
literally, he accidentally froze
Yeah.
himself and his adorable Sky Bison Appa for 100 years.
Until he was awakened by the Water Tribe siblings Katara and Sokka. Time wasn't kind to Aang's people. With no avatar to keep balance, the Airbenders, Aang's entire culture, were wiped out by the Fire Nation.
Oh, that's rough, buddy. But Aang took the wake-up call to heart.
As the Avatar, it's Aang's duty to
I wouldn't really say the
understand world's
entire
people,
culture,
learning their
but
cultures,
the
their
people,
sadness,
the people,
joy,
yeah,
and
the
humanity.
people
And what
definitely
better way to do
were
that than learning
completely
how they
eliminated,
kick ass?
From
and a
the
lot of
Northern
his
Water
culture was
Tribe and his
lost.
twin Grush,
I'd say like
Aang learned waterbending.
I'd say probably like around 25-50% of his culture still survived, because there is like airbending stuff out there in the world that are still exist, are like parts of the culture, like multiple temples, structures, all that stuff. They're still parts of the culture, but his people are all but wiped out. So like that can probably account for like, so like all the like physical, all the remaining physical stuff probably account for like 18, maybe 20%. I'm not sure.
Themed around fluid Tai Chi movements, this style controls liquid in all forms to
All the
freeze targets,
remaining
create water
physical
whips,
stuff
and even
that
cut
there
through
exists
steel.
probably
Learning
account for
earthbending was way tougher,
20%.
but Aang's friend Toph taught him to stop being a wimpy pushover. Now he can
My
armor himself in
goat.
stone,
My
move the terrain of
goat,
entire
the
cities,
earthbender
and
Toph.
fight blind with a sonar-style
My
seismic
goat is
sense.
Toph.
Earthbending is themed around the steady stances of Hung Quan Kung Fu, waiting for the right moment to strike head on.
There was a lot to learn, but even with the world at stake and this moody hothead on his tail, Aang had fun doing it. Who could forget the adventures penguin sledding, going through the bending bayous, and living in Ba Sing Se, the city where no wars ever happened.
Yet across his journey, one power eluded Aang, the Avatar state.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se. There is no war in the USA. There is no war in Israel. There is no war at all. There is no lies in the government. Yeah, sure, buddy.
an enhanced mode of being that came to him in moments of peril.
Sure, if Aang dies in it, the Avatar cycle ends permanently, but who cares when it gives you enough power to wipe out a whole Navy fleet?
Come on, Boomstick. The Avatar state is more than just a power amp.
Jocelyn, how long have you been standing there?
I've been here the whole time. I learned.
Nah, that image with Sokka, that's basically like the pass the controller meme. If you ain't gonna play pass the controller meme, and him just being mad because he ain't even considered in the conversation, that just fit that did just fit the situation with Jocelyn.
Where all Avatar talk is, through the cosmic power of the Avatars before him and the ancient spirit Rava, Aang gains the knowledge and experience of all previous Avatars, greatly expanding
it's just
his bending
knowledge
options.
and, like,
Lava
it is
bending
really
from
mostly
Avatar Roku,
knowledge and
sonic
powers.
shouts from Avatar Yang Chen, and even more are theoretically available to him through their memories.
Oh, I get it. You can't just grind your way to controlling the Avatar state.
Right. If Aang wanted to stop Fire Lord Ozai, he needed something else.
He needed onion banana juice.
Yeah, technically, I suppose. Gross.
Specifically, Aang sought the guidance of Guru Pate. Mastering his power meant clearing his chakras, emptying his mind of earthly attachments.
Yeah, seeing
simple,
all this,
but
it kind of
also
has
meant
to be
rejecting his
Aang. He
feelings for
literally
Katara, the
has
person
more
he loved
better
most.
control
When he had to choose
over
between
the
the world
environment.
or the
And like
girl,
looking at
Aang
Aether
followed
from
his
what
heart
from
and it,
as far as I got
didn't end
in
well.
Genshin Impact,
Your client's
he's
dream big.
damn it.
Agency builds bigger. Move faster.
As far
He
as I
better.
got in
Aang
Genshin
was
Impact,
determined to understand
he's
the world's
really
people,
just like
even the enemy Fire
trying
Nation.
to like
Something he
relearn and
accomplished thanks to the
rememorize
redeemed
stuff
Prince
that he
Zuko, the
lost
Sun Warriors.
And
after
these two
being
hawking dragons, Aang was scared of
after
firebending,
being
but it's totally
sent
awesome.
to this world.
It's not
Like,
just
he
about
doesn't really have
burning
the
and
best
blowing shit
memories
up.
and, like,
Okay,
doesn't
well
really
it
have
is,
the
but
total
there's so
control
much
of
more
power
to
he
it.
used to
Formed from the
when he had that
explosive
like
movements
light
of
sword
Shaolin Kung
thing.
Fu, firebending
And
controls
we don't
all
even get
manner
that
of heat,
sword anymore.
and through the teachings of fire
Or like
and water,
Canon
he can
sword
redirect
even
lightning
is like
bending,
some
a burst
regular
of atmospheric
traveler
discharge
sword.
shot at over
Unless
200,000
that
miles
sword
per
is
hour.
gonna
I
break
wrote the best
eventually.
uncle ever used his techniques to redirect
He's
natural
gonna
lightning.
evolve
So you
eventually
know it's the real
canonically
deal.
and just
Not crazy
transform into
enough.
that sword.
At his peak, Aang
That could be
surpassed
interesting
benders who could
canon.
throw buildings, melt stone, and hold up this gigantic library solo. Whooping Ozai's butt should be no problem, right?
Not exactly. You see, the air nomads were pacifists who believed in the value of life above all. Being the last airbender,
I'm a pacifist, so I got a pacifist, you know?
Aang didn't think his people were truly gone unless he went back on their teachings, meaning he really didn't want to kill Ozai.
So, what, he's just a coward now? Mr. Fire Lord is about to burn down the entire Earth Kingdom.
Not at all. Are you even listening? Aang was simply at odds with what he wanted and what the world expected, so he needed to make a choice.
Right. In his greatest challenge yet, Aang discovered his true self, making his spirit unbendable and finally mastering the Avatar state.
Making him as strong as avatars who could cause hurricanes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions.
Or in Avatar Kyoshi's case, a new island. As in, she broke off nearly 30 square miles of a peninsula to form a new landmass. But to defeat Ozai, Aang needed one final element, something few avatars had been.
Spirit or energy bending.
Not the easiest
Yeah.
thing to do, but Aang totally overwhelmed Ozai, severing the tyrant's connection to fire and stopping his invasion, all while keeping his no-kill run intact. The ultimate FU to this warlord's ideology.
Now that the Fire Nation had cooled off,
Ugh.
Aang led a new era of peace with the
Shut up.
United Republic
Shut up. Never again.
of Nations, a place where all people could prosper and where a new generation and a new avatar would take the reins.
He even got hitched with Katara. Take that, Zutara shippers.
I will end you.
For all his doubts, Aang fulfilled the Avatar's destiny and then some.
Ooh, looks like
and he did
someone's
it in
a
a way
Zutara
that was true
super.
to who he was.
Because before being the Avatar, or even an airbender, the greatest thing
Gotta
he could
suck,
ever be
huh?
was himself. All in a day's work for a free, fun-loving kid.
The battle is coming up thanks to this episode's sponsor, DraftKings Casino. Drew the eye of someone beyond the stars, Ether.
Yeah, we don't like
AKA
ads
the
around here,
traveler
dude.
who escaped his dying world with his sister Lumine in search of the flowers that bloomed on their lost home, only to crash land, awaken to an apocalypse, and get cubed by this jerk.
Separated from his sister, Ether awoke
Y'all might
again
be
in a
asking
new, less
who
apocalyptic
know about
age.
this channel.
Fished up his own
Y'all who like
prophetic pet
have been
pixie,
like veterans to the channel
Yeah,
might be
she makes for
asking
good
why have
emergency
you like
food.
really been
With his
making
new
Genshin
guide,
stuff?
traveler,
I just
traveler
got
to the windy
tired of the
country
game,
Mondstadt
honestly.
to
It's
find his
just
link to
not
the
my
past,
cup of tea
but got a
anymore.
Breath of the Wild glider instead.
I haven't
And
really
his first
been on. I
element,
still have it
Animal,
installed. But I'm
letting him
like
make air
not
slashes,
even that
tornadoes,
interested,
and of
for being
course,
honest.
Windblade!
I have
But
multiple
guess what?
MMO games,
Traveler
like
wasn't
multiple
the
live
only one
service
with a power
games,
like
gotcha
this.
games.
The
I'm
battle was
I'm
full of blessed
getting
people
tired
wielding
of
these
this
relic
whole
things
live
called
service
visions.
gotcha
Vision
game stuff,
bearers can
honestly.
imbue their weapons and
Like,
bodies
it's
with elemental
interesting. The
power.
game is
Summon
very
items and
visually
use a
stunning
special,
and all
well,
this stuff. I'm just
vision to
not
perceive the
interested in
elements
playing
around
it,
them.
honestly.
Normally, they're limited to a single element, but Travelers
Like,
just built
as far as I
different.
got
Through
it, it was
Paimon's guidance,
okay.
He began collecting
I'm
elements
just
from
not really
mysterious
that
statues
interested in
across the vet. No
I
vision
might
relic needed
maybe
for him.
someday
Each
I'll come
nation
back
had
to
a new
it.
culture, a new
I'm just
element, a
not
new
really
crisis.
interested. I've
And
missed.
new
I've definitely missed out on
when
a
asked to
lot.
play a
I
sleuth for
definitely
a
missed
murder
out on
case
a
in
lot.
Liyue, Traveler wasn't interested. A corpse couldn't tell him where his sis was, but he was roped in anyway and got the Geo ability to form rock constructs and eruptions of Earth.
When Ether ventured to Inazuma, he didn't care about its war with the Vision Bearers and their Archon either, until he saw the suffering caused by its tyrannical rule, and joined the resistance with electro abilities, fighting the powers that be using electric buzzsaws, thunderblades, and lightning.
He even learned to dodge lightning. Other electro users like my wife Lisa can conjure storms. No shock when my adopted daughter Klee made explosions that raised mountains. Traveler met all kinds of people like this.
Klee must be protected at all costs. I don't care what anyone says. If you're not protecting Klee, if you're not like an older sibling to Klee or a parent to Klee, you gotta go. You gotta get eliminated. I don't care.
You know the type. Twinks.
Yeah.
That
Japan
or
has
friend.
its own laws, Boomstick. Many twinks being one of them. Maybe 2 or 3 of them, actually.
Ringmaster.
Shut up, Wiz. This guy's been playing Genshin since launch.
I know everything there is to know about the Genshin meta. Either can mix elements for different...
Yo, I can't believe I forgot about the McDonald's Genshin collab. It was never in USA, but of course it wouldn't be because we only get the doo-doo donkey stink collabs as well as the food made with the worst chemicals possible to keep us poisoned. But yeah.
reactions. Basically, big elemental combinations. Geo crystallizes materials into special barriers. Electro mixed with water stuns foes. Animo spreads elements around in swirls of destruction. Boom!
Like how I combine beer and gunpowder.
Exactly, Boomstick. Using Dendro,
Yeah,
Traveler can form plant
exactly.
life that when mixed with
Someone-
water and
someone get the
lightning makes
gunpowder
homing beams. Yeah,
and
run from
take it
that.
away
With enough clever thinking and artifact farming, you can combine anything in Genshin.
Okay, we get it. Go lose another 50-50, you whale.
I'll show you a whale. Drop one on your lap.
Damn.
Next time you're not looking.
Sumeru Traveler later beats Scaramouche, an
I
edgy
never
catboy
care
with
about
multiple
ads.
elements at his fingertips.
I don't know.
All in a time loop that got
there's,
repeated
like,
168
there's barely any
times.
ads I really
Speaking
care
of
about.
time, Ether
I
had
just
control
bothers
of
me.
more than just his own future. Tevet's fate fundamentally changed in ways small and grand,
Aw,
all through
look at that
his
cute little
unending
dragon.
willpower.
Because
I
the Traveler
had
was
that
a
recorded.
descender, someone unbound by the land's destiny. Even this big tree that records all of the world's events had no idea he existed.
Like when he helped defy the judgment of a biblical flood in Fontaine.
Because we're
where he
not from
mastered
this
Hydra
world.
for
It
his
wouldn't
best
know we
Cuphead
existed
impression
because
with
not
water
from this
bullets.
Heck, a
world.
dinosaur chose not to blow up the world just because Paimon and Traveler befriended it. If that wasn't cool enough, Traveler can, unrelated, turn into a dinosaur. Hell yeah! Yo, look at him. Wonder if I could get a dinosaur on my Genshin team.
Through these legally distinct Pokemon, Ether can fly, dig through the earth, or charge foes like a Jurassic bull. He traveled
Yeah, legally distinct Pokemon because you can't have Game Freak copyright suing you. You can't have Nintendo suing you, all that stuff. Don't want any of that. Don't want a lawsuit coming your way.
across
Obviously, just a joke and satire. Don't take it seriously. Joke, satire, mocking of Nintendo. Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
the land, searching far and wide, and finally stopped swinging that one-star dull blade.
Instead, picking up the prototype Rancor, which he wields like a beast thanks to the Swordmaster Skirk and several straight days of training. What a grind set. Still, Traveler Sist kept eluding him, choosing to hang in the shadows with these Gluminati folk.
A group from Conria, the nation cursed by the gods for messing with the Abyss. Unbeknownst to Ether, his sister had already traveled to Vat in a journey that mirrored his own.
And at the end, she found... Well, we don't really know. Not yet, at least. But whatever it is got her to side with the creepy villains. Plot twist.
Eventually, Ether reached the nation of Natlan to fight in its never-ending war with the Abyss. He gained the Pyro element, learning to launch fireballs and explosions combined of flame with lightning.
He didn't just dabble in
Let me guess. It's gonna be that the freaking gods were toying with them all this time that they're just being messed with like a freaking game, and made to go through tragedies upon tragedies on this stuff.
fancy pyrotechnics by connecting with the people there. Traveler achieved Night Soul's Blessing, a power-up state fueled by primordial element juice, strong enough to make a blade of fire hundreds of feet long. Hell yeah, that's strong enough to take down the heart of the Abyss, which is on the level of 5-star waifus like Mawika and the Raiden Shogun.
An Archon who, in ages past, sliced Yashiori Island in two.
That's cool, but how about when this Venti guy threw a whole-ass mountain? According to Paimon, Traveler can level a mountain himself.
Additionally, Ether learned how to use light energy to form a Kuvaki shield, something he used to protect the people of Nodcry by blocking a cannon blast with enough energy to obliterate a town.
This was no ordinary cannon either. It also uses Kavaki energy, so that's a beam of light.
Oh yeah, I think
Through
a
all his-
whole other reason like I kind of got done with this game was because of like the whole FOMO type feel to it. It kind of like, and I wasn't rocking with that
Adventures,
either.
Ether had come to genuinely
Wasn't
care for
rocking the
Tevat's
whole
people.
FOMO
Maybe one day he will
limited
reunite
time
with his
shit
sister,
the game
but
got
for now,
going on.
he's fighting for a whole new world, his new home.
Ooh, you need a higher adventure rank for that.
Don't you worry, gang. I dumped all my savings into Primo Gems for this. We can't miss when those ice guys trying to kill the Traveler inevitably warm up to him. Still got it.
Oh, so that's why you're broke as shit.
To Ether, the journey has meaning. The birds of Tibet, the songs of its people, they are all part of it. Even if he's against the abyss itself, a new dawn is somewhere just beyond the stars. And a field of flowers, Lumine too loved. The battle's about to start, and if you like death battle music, some of your favorite battle tracks are coming to a collectible vinyl album.
This album features 10 tracks from our independent era, created by our awesome composers Brandon Yates and Theirwolf Media, like Death and Bloom from Ruby vs.
And more. Plus,
Pre-order.
Archivist. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Aether just dancing around with the crowd. Okay, let's lock in. Let's lock in. Let's lock in with these vehicles. Aang is literally the Avatar. Like you're not just gonna bend air right in front of him with all elements, and he's not gonna like got you. Vanish. Hey, you can tell me what animals. Aang would be in all. Aang would be in all though. This Aang filled with wonder and joy in his art, he would be in all. Hey, that's just no brain. He would be in all. Where did he pull the water out of? Seismic sense. Oh, you got to fix it with Demi to go.
What's going on? Paimon goes treasure hunting for 2 minutes now. Everything is going to
Emergency food. We see another fight going on. It's Paimon trying to escape being eaten by Appa.
Cool glider. Can it do this?
No, he can't actually fly with his glider. His glider is supposed to glide. But I guess since he well, for us, the gamers, for the gameplay people, I guess, yeah, no, it's just a glider. But for Aether himself, he can literally probably just use wind like Aang to like uplift himself. While YouTube just
Come on, Traveler, get up!
YouTube has like an overwhelming amount of AI ads, and it's actually disgusting.
No one fights alone.
The overwhelming amount of AI ads that YouTube is pushing out is absolutely insufferable. Aang, lock in. I'm about to say, lock in. You have not gone
For those who
Avatar
came
stage.
before, and those who will follow. I am Avatar Aang, the last airbender.
Yeah, it makes sense that he will. He's literally the Avatar. He bends the elements. He wills the elements. Who his will, my guy?
Take this!
Even energy, right?
The heights
Oh.
shallows.
Aether.
Through infinite dust and gold!
That thing, I remember seeing a video title and people were mad about the Alchemist video, so I'm surprised. So, yeah, I'd see why people would be mad at the Alchemist video.
Does this mean no treasure?
I'd see why people would be mad at the
And
Alchemist
but dailies
video.
are done. What a miss.
This was an interesting pairing, so let's break this down.
I
by
think,
power,
I
experience,
think one of the
speed,
videos I
and
saw was even
elements.
called
First
one
up,
of the
power.
worst death
Aang and
battles
Traveler
or
can
something.
both change the terrain of entire cities, and we're way stronger than characters that can break mountains. But at their peak, they're both tearing up islands.
Aang's Avatar state made him on par with Kyoshi, who created and moved the island of Kyoshi. Similarly, Night Soul's blessing let Ether contend with Archon-level foes like the Raiden Shoga, who split Yashiori Island in two.
With an attack that even Vision Bearers weaker than Traveler can block. So he's definitely on that level.
Kyoshi Island is over 6 miles wide and long. Kyoshi moved the island 17 miles offshore in 2 seconds. So we have everything we need to calculate the amount of kinetic energy this would require.
Turns out it's basically the same as cutting through Yashiori Island. About 3,000 gigatons of TNT. So their power is tied up.
Which means comparing their experience is crucial.
Ether's mastered more elements than Aang, but the Avatar state gave Aang centuries of knowledge.
With the memories and abilities of past avatars, Aang's skill
Yo,
was
if
so
Aang does
extensive
not
in a way
win
Ether had
experience,
no
y'all are
good answer.
crapping.
Not to
Y'all are
mention, Aang's training was
speaking
more
out of your
focused.
ass.
Traveler's skill, sure, but his
Nah, if Aang isn't the one with experience, y'all are actually speaking out of your ass right now.
training was mostly just a means to finding his sister, while Aang's journey was all about mastering elements to combat other elements.
Experience narrowly goes to Aang.
Yeah,
However,
like, it's
another
literally
important factor
Aang.
to consider is speed.
In terms of mobility, both could roughly match the other. If Traveler
That's
was
Aether, I'm
immobilized with
sorry.
earthbending,
That is
he could
Aether.
just
He
dig his way
literally
out
has
as a
like
dinosaur.
God
Aang's
like
airbending and glider meant he could
super
easily
speed.
counter Ether if he could flight.
But in terms of raw reaction speed, Traveler had it in the bag. Aang bending away lightning is crazy fast, but Traveler could dodge lightning much earlier in his journey, and now he can block that light-speed Kubaki laser.
While lightning can move over 200,000 miles per hour, a beam of light can move 186,000 miles per second.
Over 3,000 times faster than Aang. Traveler takes speed by a landslide.
So this all came down to the elements. Who could turn the forces of nature against the other?
At first, I actually thought this was Aang's dub.
Ether's
It
elemental
should
control
have
is
been
remarkable,
Aang's
but most
dub.
of his
If we're talking about it like that, it should have been Aang's dub. We're talking about like the bending of the
Are
elements that should have been
projectiles,
Aang's done.
spires, and very specific implements that Aang has bent away in the past. Ether has never shown the precision or creative flexibility that we've seen with Aang's bending.
But throw in the combos of elemental reactions and the script flips. Traveler could mix not just his elements, but also Aang's in ways that Aang could not. Bending was Aang's greatest strength, but also, against Traveler, a weakness.
In ways that Aang could not, but yet you're right there,
Elements, but
right in
also
that
Aang's in ways
singular
that Aang could
clip.
not. Bending was
You
Aang's
show how Aang is multiply bending elements at the same time along with
greatest
each
strength,
other.
but also
Yeah, you showed it right there. Aang has the capability to bend multiple elements along with each other, similar to like how Aether could. But we're not gonna. But you're. I guess you're just gonna ignore that fact.
against Traveler, a weakness.
Because Aang usually had one or more elements around him, it gave Ether an easy access point through these combinations. When Aang used fire, Ether could use lightning to catch him in an
Yeah, I
overload.
guess.
If Aang used water,
He
Traveler's
could-
electro
yeah,
charge could
like,
paralyze him.
Aether does like have the whole thing, and since he is partially affecting himself by water, which is something I remember when like playing Genshin. Like, yeah, I could electro. If you're like a water being or you had water surrounding you, me using electro would make that a reaction go off. Me using any type of typing corresponding to the typing that you were or had on you would react to that typing and make you
And so on.
take
This
some
isn't just a
damage from
gameplay thing. Genshin characters like the lovely Lisa canonically say this is how the elements work.
And unlike Aang, Ether has fought multiple people who
I
can
mean,
use
yeah, that's how the elements work specifically in their world, but no, Aang also be getting electrocuted. Aang also be getting electrocuted in water and all that
multiple
stuff. so-
elements.
Yeah,
The longer
never
the fight
mind.
went on, the
Ignore
more
me
Ether
right
would trip
there.
Aang up with these combinations, some of which Aang could not bend.
And could redirect lightning, sure. But what about electro buzzsaws or an electrified tornado or dendroblast of pure plant
Yeah,
energy?
he never
Kavaki's
really
shield especially
bends
gave Ether a strong
plants
defense to fall back on.
themselves. He
Since it was made
blends,
of pure light,
he bends
Aang had
like
no way to
probably
remove it outside of
wood,
brute force.
maybe
By
earth.
comparison, Aang's wind
Never
barrier wouldn't
wood.
block Traveler's elements. It would actually merge with them and create more combos that would target Aang himself. Not a great situation to be in.
And since Ether's powers came from external earthly sources, like those statues, Aang could not depower him with energy bending, even if he theoretically overcame Ether's willpower.
Willpower that is strong
Wait,
enough to alter the
but the avatar bendings come from technically comes from external sources. Predominantly not then being genetically passed down with like potential like chances of actually getting it because there are some benders and non-benders. Like Sokka's a bender. Sokka's not a bender, but his sister is. Like that's like a whole genetic thing or whatever gift. But yeah, the bending were passed down by an external source called the island turtles of different typings. So that's kind of not exactly right if you want to think about it that way.
fate of the entire world. Sorry, Aang, but elements goes to the Traveler. Cinching his victory. Either way you cut it, he was in his element.
The winner is the Traveler, Ether.
Okay, I'm ready for my cameo.
It is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of a weird victory
Next
to the
time
video,
on
but
Death
anyway,
Battle.
who's next battle? Oh, Garmadon? No, Brick? What? Oh, Kai.
Subscribe and join us
Kai
in the
versus Toatawa. Ninjago versus Bionicles. I think I had like a Bionicle Lego. It was like the red mech. It was like one of the red mechs. I think it was like, I don't think it was called Bionicle. It was like something Heroes. It had Mecha Heroes? I don't know. It wasn't like the Bionicle toy look, but it was like, I think it was something Heroes. It was like a fire, and they had these like green Lego alien things. They also had a phone game. But yeah, as soon as it comes out, someone shout out hero got slimed by for 10 primos. That's rough, buddy. Damn. So having a casino sponsor you on a Genshin episode is somewhat fitting. Yeah. This is like 9/11 week for Avatar. That is a crazy comment. Oh, it's Alara. My cabbages, death battle probably. And now we officially have Aang as our new weekly boss fight. Genshin players know that reasons for Aang, it was the fight of his life. For Aether was an achievement where 5 primo gems. Yo, y'all are hilarious. Anyway, that's it for that video. I guess I'll be back next time. Whenever the Kai vs Tahoe video comes out. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Follow me on all my socials. And in case I don't see you again, good morning, good evening, good night. And take care of yourselves. Peace. Thank you all for watching.